Hey everybody, Austin back again with another Let's Play video. This time it's going to be Last Gladiators Pinball for the Sega Saturn. Now this is another Kaze-developed pinball game for the Sega Saturn, in a long line of Kaze-developed pinball games, including games like Super Pinball 1 and 2 for the Super Nintendo, Necronomicon for the Saturn, which I actually recently did a Let's Play on, as well as Power Rangers Zeo Pinball for the PlayStation, Akira Psycho Ball for the PS2, and I think some other efforts as well. So Last Gladiators is actually a really cool game. It was pretty well regarded back when it came out. It still is pretty well regarded today. Not as well regarded as Necronomicon is, the Japanese exclusive Necronomicon, but it's still a really solid pinball game to this day. Unfortunately, it does have some flaws, and I don't think it's the best pinball game from its time period. Games like Pro Pinball, Addiction Pinball, Necronomicon, you know, they definitely take the crown there, but it's still a really solid pinball game. So what I'm going to try to do is actually play each of the 4 tables in this game. There's actually 4 tables in the whole game. Unlike Necronomicon and unlike Super Pinball, there is no Conquest mode or Realms mode or anything like that. Basically, those modes in those respective titles basically had you playing through each table one after another, with the goal being to basically beat the game. Get through the whole game, you get a credit sequence and all that good stuff. That's not in this game. Or if it is, it's a secret code that I don't know about. But on the main menu, there's no option for that there. So unfortunately, we won't be playing that. Or actually, maybe fortunately, because 2 of the tables in this game just really kick my ass. And 2 of the tables I'm decent at. Which also kind of goes to show that this game isn't as easy to play as Necronomicon. I'll get into that more later. But that's more for you guys that watched my Necronomicon Let's Play. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top. We're just going to work our way down to the bottom in terms of tables. And we basically start off with Gladiators, then we get our Knight of the Roses, Dragon Showdown, and Warlock. We've got options, and actually we should probably go through those just to make sure everything's set properly. And you can do 2 players, that's it, amazing. Controller, BGM, blah blah blah, color bar. Oh yeah, look at those colors. And that's it. One of the really cool things about this game, and this was also in Necronomicon, is that there's an instruction manual built into the game. And you're saying, well, don't I get an instruction manual with the game? Well, yeah, but this is actually a little bit different. This is actually an instruction manual for each table individually. Basically what happens is it's like a slideshow with a bunch of text pointing out all the shots in the game, tells you exactly what they do. It's really, really involved. And if you plan on trying to play Last Gladiators Pinball, I highly recommend getting the American release or the European release, but I think that's harder to find. Get one of those 2 releases. That way, when you look through the instructions, you can actually read what it's trying to tell you. For those of you guys that might have the Japanese version, unfortunately, you won't know what it's saying unless you speak Japanese. Each of the tables, they're not that hard to figure out. They're actually, compared to real pinball tables or more modern real pinball tables, they're actually really easy to figure out. Every table basically has the same goal. You want to go through all 9 modes in the game. Each table has a very specific way to light each mode, and then each table has a very specific way to activate a mode. And then each mode is very self-explanatory because it also shows instructions on the screen. And you'll see that as I'm playing the game. Sometimes they're a little obtrusive and get in the way of the game, unlike Necronomicon, which handles that in a much more efficient manner. But still, if you're new to this game, or even if you're experienced and you haven't really figured out the rules, go to this instruction screen, check it out. It's really cool. And if you're the kind of person that actually wants to learn how to play pinball, who wants to learn the tables inside and out, pick up the American version if you don't have this game already, and that way you have all these instructions here. So this is basically this for every single table in the game. We're not going to sift through the whole thing. Let's go ahead and hit start to exit and get straight into the important part, which is the gameplay. And again, we'll go ahead and start off with Gladiators at the very top. That's a little bit like Super Pinball from the Super Nintendo, where it actually shows the back box and then it kind of zooms down to the table. That actually wasn't in Necronomicon, as far as I'm aware, which is kind of interesting. For those of you guys that watch my Necronomicon Let's Play, you'll be familiar with this pop-up screen here. Whereas in Necronomicon, you only had 2 options. In this one, you have 3 options. Basically, on the ball launch, whatever's highlighted when you launch the ball will activate. So you can do Start Lit Round, which is actually start one of the modes. If you look down in the center of the playfield where you see the lights kind of bouncing around, those are actually the modes in the game. Now there's actually text on each box that tells you what each mode is, but the problem is it's really difficult to make out. It's so small that I can't even really read it. But basically, if I do Start Lit Round, it's going to basically solidify one of those. And the goal is to eventually get all 9 lit, which gets me to the very final mode in the game. We'll see if I can get that far. Longer timers is basically, I think that's extend the time for each mode. Modes, for the most part, are timed in this game, except for multi-ball modes. So a box will pop up, it'll have a countdown, and once the countdown gets to 0, the mode ends, and you basically forfeit any opportunity for points in that mode. Some modes are hit a certain amount of pop bumpers up at the top left corner and get like 30 million points. Other modes are shoot the ramp a certain amount of times, get 10, 15, 25 million per shot, blah, 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 it goes up. But once the timer hits 0, you can't do that anymore. It's back to normal playfield, and you have to basically relight a mode, reactivate it to go to the next one. Super Jets is... Super Jets, I believe, is basically flashing pop bumpers. They usually award more points and so forth. At least that's what Super Jets are on real pinball machines, and it's probably the same thing here. So because my goal is to get to the end of the table, basically, I want to try to complete each table as much as I can, just because I have a fun time going for all the modes and trying to beat a table, essentially. Yeah, you can go for high scores, and oftentimes, especially in these Kaze-developed pinball games, there are really easy ways to milk each table, and you don't even have to complete the table in order to get the high score. All you need to do is just keep milking certain specific shots and modes. Last Gladiators is no different from Necronomicon in that regard. But I feel much better when I try to go, beat the table, essentially. It's just like on a real pinball machine. Like if I'm playing Attack from Mars, I want to rule the universe, and it's really hard to get to that. On Rolling Stones, I want to get to Super Encore, which is really tough to do, And in Last Gladiators, I want to try to complete every mode and get to whatever the end mode is in the game. I think it's Gladiator Show or something like that. There's text there in the bottom right above the flippers, and I can't really make it out either. I should probably put my glasses on. But yeah, enough talking about that. You should basically have a general idea of what my purpose is when I'm playing this game. A lot of people that you see play these digital pinball games, they might not be avid pinball players. They just might be batting the ball around, having fun, because these games are fun. They look good. They're a lot of fun to control. They sound great. I love the heavy metal soundtrack in this game. But for me, I'm going to be trying to basically get to the end of the game, and I'll be talking about it as I progress through. So let's go ahead and start Lit Round. Senator Mystery is lit. The Senator is the Mystery Award. The Mystery Award basically awards you a variety of different things. It depends on what it gives you. It's a mystery. So what I'm going to do is, you notice there's that scoop next to the drop targets, which are next to the main ramp. It's flashing. What I'm going to do is actually hit it up that ramp. It's going to feed it over to my right flipper, and I'm going to actually go for that shot, which should give me, I think that might give me the Senator Award. I believe the box underneath that flashing one is for the mode, so I don't think the mode's lit. So let's go ahead and hit it up that ramp. Go for that scoop, and I missed it. So we'll go ahead, well, it's not going to work now because the ramp shot in this game is what lights your next mode. So notice where it says on the top left, round Thracians is ready. That means my next mode is ready. Now, I believe hitting the slingshots actually alternates the mode. So as the ball hits the slingshots, which they're basically the posts right above the flippers that bounce the ball crazy back and forth, those will alternate the mode that's highlighted on the center of the playfield. So I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot it up the ramp again. and go ahead and hit that scoop, if I can actually nail it this time, which shouldn't be too hard. This is a table that I don't think is very difficult. It's really easy for me to hit all the shots in this game. So this mode is hit all the pop bumpers, and what you want to do is basically shoot the ball up there and try to hit the pop bumpers. What I find though is that you'll hit the ball up there and a lot of times it'll just roll down without actually hitting the pop bumpers. So it's kind of tough to do that. That mode I actually don't really ever go for. What I just do is this, is I shoot the main shot, oops. Yeah, if you notice when it was hitting the slingshot, it was bouncing back and forth between different modes. But what I was going to say is, in some modes in this game, it's not really worth going for the points because it's too much trouble and it's too risky. On that specific mode, I'll get the ball on the left flipper and I'll try to go for the Coliseum. You notice next to the right, or I'm sorry, on the right hand side of the main ramp, there's a Coliseum. And if you shoot it up there 6 times, you'll start, oh I'm sorry, you'll light multi-ball. And when you shoot it a 7th time, you'll actually start multi-ball. It's a 3-ball multi-ball. I don't know why it takes 7 shots to do it, but it's a 3-ball multi-ball, and it's pretty lucrative, and it's fun. Actually, it's really lucrative. So, on certain modes, you can still shoot for the multi-ball shot and work towards getting multi-ball. And that's what you'll see me doing through this playthrough. So let's go ahead and shoot it up that ramp again to light my next mode. This is one of those tables where you can actually get it up the ramp pretty well from the right flipper. And the mode's ready, so I don't need to shoot it up again. Except for when I miss the shot I'm going for. Now there's a nudging functionality in this game, but it's not really useful. I'm actually going to tap it right now. Just like that. You'll notice the ball's not even moving. The nudging is really useless in the game. It actually works a little bit better in Necronomicon, and it works even better in Super Pinball on the Super Nintendo. But in Last Gladiators, I don't ever nudge. It just seems so useless. The ball, it just, such wasted potential. And on some tables, you really need that nudge. You need to be able to move the table, and you can't. I wish there was an option for that. So, there we go. Got it. SPQR. Now, I don't remember what a lot of these modes do. I just kind of, figure them out on the fly. And on this one, you basically want to, well, I'm sorry, not just this one, basically everyone. It tells you what to do. So when I activate these modes and I see SPQR, I don't know that it's a combo mode or something like that, but that's apparently what it is. So my next mode's already lit, so I'm going to go for that again. Wow, that was close. Now, shots in this game are not backhandable. Like that scoop, in some other pinball games, I might be able to tap it up with the left flipper and just get it back up there and hit the shot without having to take it to the right flipper to hit it. This game, that doesn't really work, so I don't really recommend trying it in this game. You notice the Coliseum looks like it's backhandable from the right flipper. It's actually not really, so I don't recommend trying that either. But since I've already got 3 modes down, I'm going to go ahead and actually go for that Coliseum. It's not really a tough shot. And even though it looks tight, it actually, for some reason, is kind of easy for me to hit. It's weird. Some of the tables in this game, the shots are really easy for me to hit consistently, and on other tables, the shots are just ridiculously difficult for me to hit. And that's basically the case on the second 2 tables we're going to be playing. So I'm going to try to pretty much milk these tables as much as I can, because I'm probably going to get dominated on the other 2 tables. And as always, once I start talking about it, I can't play nearly as well. So Bloody Arena is ready. Go for that shot. Hit it. Ah, yeah. 2-ball, multi-ball. And again, basically just go for what it is telling you to shoot for. But let me try to backhand it. See, it doesn't work. It went up the ramp when I was trying to backhand it. But again, that is a good example of, when I said that it's easy to hit the ramp with the right flipper earlier. So there we go. 2 more shots for the 3-ball multi-ball. One more shot, and then we'll have to shoot it one more time to actually start it. Again, if I can actually hit the damn thing. And hitting the kickback will oftentimes throw it right into that, right into the Coliseum for you, which is basically what happened. So now I got the main multi-ball mode in the game going. And, you know, it's really easy to get this multi-ball mode. It is a lot of shots, but it's generally a pretty safe kind of shot. It's not that hard to hit. So, I mean, if you're just going for a high score, I would probably recommend going for the multi-ball mode over and over again. After a certain amount of jackpot shots, you actually get this jackpot, the arena jackpot, which I basically just got for free because the ball hit the kickback. And the kickback, again, oftentimes shoots the ball straight into the arena. Now, when my ball hit the kickback, it didn't go away, so I wonder if I got, like, super kickback, and I wasn't really paying attention to it. Arena jackpot again. An arena jackpot, I think, is a lot of points. And what I'm trying to do is get it up that left orbit now, because that's where that next jackpot is. You'll notice the jackpots are lit. They're red shots, red lit shots. And in this game, they actually say jackpot. And I ran out of time. Not ran out of time, but my second ball drained, so... Damn. So basically nothing's lit in the playfield, so what I'm going to do is hit the center ramp again to relight my next mode. Mystery award's lit and my mode's lit, so there we go. Roman Triumph. Okay, this is one where you just have to hit a certain amount of switches and then it basically adds a ball. And a switch is basically anything that basically anything that registers with the game, like registers a point or something like that. So there's one ball. Ideally on this mode, especially on a real pinball machine, you want to hit it where the pop bumpers are, because that's the fastest way to get all the switch hits. Unfortunately in this game, again, like I mentioned earlier, it's not... the pop bumper thing doesn't really work all that well in this game. I actually want to show you something here about... Oh, fuck, man. Damn it. I wanted to give you an example of basically how you can just keep milking certain shots for good points in this game. And one of those shots is, or at least on this table, the ramp shot. Every certain amount of ramp shots you make, you get a certain amount of points. Like right now it says next ramp is worth 30 million points. So 30 million is a good amount of points in this game. And I believe you get that extra million something for every 5 shots. So that's 1 shot, that's 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. Next ramp awards 35 million. Bam, 35 million right there. And I can just keep doing this all day. It's actually kind of stupid. The thing is, you want to grab your Senator Mystery Award too. 40 million on the next shot. Bam, 40 million just like that. Every few shots it lights the Senator, which the Senator is the Mystery Award. So the Mystery is really good because sometimes it gives you super kickback. Sometimes it gives you a ball saver. Sometimes it might light extra ball, something like that. So, but I'm going to keep doing it, just kind of see how long I can do it, just as an example. See, ideally, every time I do this, I want to be collecting that Mystery Award. That's the 3rd Mystery Award I could have grabbed. But I'm just going for the points. It's so easy. You just have to make sure you don't miss, because there's the potential for that one to go straight down the right out lane. That would have been the 4th Senator Mystery I could have gotten. Senator's lit again. But who cares about that? I'm getting big points. Like Rudy would say in Funhouse. Alright. Ooh, that was bad. That was good. I'll take that. That's a freebie. Sloppy, but, you know, it works. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. $55 million on the next one. And I'll take that. That was sloppy too. I was trying to grab that ball, but it ended up shooting it right back up. Rocket flippers. There we go, 55 million. So I just got a crap ton of points for doing that. Extra ball's lit now. Extra ball is actually one of the modes in the game. It's kind of funny how that works. One of the modes is extra ball. I guess it's actually not that funny because that's how Addams Family was, the pinball game. There was a room just for extra ball. So I guess that's kind of the same way. But let me go ahead and try to grab that extra ball. Ooh, I had ball saver going. That was lucky. I wonder if that's what my mystery award was. So I'll go ahead and get the next mode in the mystery again. Alright, shoot the drop targets for points. I don't really care about the drop targets. I want that extra ball. And the drop targets are probably nothing compared to what I was milking with that ramp. I mean, I got, oh man, probably at least 150 million points from that ramp. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that extra ball. I got it. And I'm going to go back. And I don't even need to get the center ramp because I've already lit my next mode. So I'll just go for the next mode. We're on Chariot Races. And it was this, yeah, 3-ball multi-ball. There's a bunch of multi-ball modes in this game, which is pretty cool. I like that. But about milking that ramp, what I kind of really wanted to get at with that is that you can milk it in multi-ball as well. And you can't even do that in Necronomicon. They took that out of Necronomicon. You cannot shoot the ramp shots in multi-ball in Necronomicon. I mean, you don't get the actual tons of points for it. So what I'm going to do is just keep milking this. And really, what I should be doing is just going for the shots. But look, it's at... Oh, I messed it up. It's at 65 million a shot. Or 65 million for my next shot on the ramp. So let me go ahead, go with that main ramp shot. 65 million. Jeez, man, that is just awesome. Let's get it up to 70 million. Well, Senator's lit. Let's go ahead and collect Senator because those mystery awards are really good. As far as I'm aware, the mystery award is the only way to relight the kickback in this game. Unlike Necronomicon. Necronomicon, it's actually much easier to relight the kickback. Man, that was really close. Next ramp awards 70 million. So not only am I getting the actual mode ramp score, which is 40 million right now, I'm getting the stacked ramp combo on top of it as well, which is just awesome. What is that on the left? That's an extra ball again, is it? I thought extra ball was supposed to be flashing. Oh, Sons of Mars, that's right. Sons of Mars is a hurry-up mode. And hurry-ups are basically just, you know, a timer's ticking down, you've got a sort of jackpot lit. It'll start at like 20 million, and then it'll count down to basically nothing. And, man, having a really hard time grabbing that ball once it bounces over. But once it basically times out, you either get something really stupid small points, or it ends completely and you miss the hurry-up. The goal with hurry-ups is to try to hit them as fast as possible. Like right away. Alright, so let me go ahead and try to hit the main scoop again, because I'm on my final mode already. I'm there already, guys. And not anymore, because the nudging freaking sucks in this game. And what's weird about this one, I'm gonna go with 2 times playfield on this. That's really good. Big points. What really sucks about this game is the ball will get near the center and then it'll kind of drift back. It'll like go one way and then it'll start coming back. And so you can't really... It's really difficult to save the ball once it kind of stops in the center. Necronomicon isn't quite like that. They definitely fix that up a little bit in that game. Oh, it resets when you lose your ball. I didn't know that. Now I've got to get it back up to 70-something million. But let me see if it's really multiplying the playfield. It should give me 20 million. If I don't drain the damn ball. So I'm at 227. Bam. 239. No, it didn't double the playfield. Is playfield times 2 only a limited time? Huh, that's weird. Alright, well let me Gladiators show. It's the last mode in the game. This is like a 6-ball multi-ball or something. It's the biggest multi-ball in the game. And basically everything scores 1,000,000 for a certain period of time. And then after that, you have to shoot a certain amount of shots to relight it. Not all that great, but what you kind of want to do is go for that center ramp over and over. See, next ramp's already worth 15 million. See if I can get some balls captured and oh, that was retarded. I was too busy going for the ramp, but whatever. We basically just destroyed that table, guys, and I mean, really, at this point, I should just try to drain purposely so I can go on to the next table, but I kind of want to see how high I can go. Well, actually, I really should end it. I'm going to go ahead and just drain, because I'm already at the 30-minute mark, and we've only played one table. Granted, the last two tables are going to take me much less time. I'm going to get my ass handed to me on those. Theoretically, anyway. So, I think I activated 45-second ball saver, so I'm going to go ahead and tilt. It's a good way to end it quickly. We'll tilt again. What's kind of sad is I think this is my highest score so far. So, and I could get extra ball lit again, but I'm going to tilt out of it. Battle again, no thanks. We'll go ahead and time it down. Game over. Oh, do you not get your name on the leaderboards when you tilt out? Interesting concept. Oh, it wasn't the highest. My highest was 3 billion, which was last night. And I could have definitely kept going longer last night, so I'm having a hard time talking. It's late at night. Long day at work, and it's late at night. Alright, going on to our next table. Knight of the Roses. Now this table it can be a bit of a pain, but yeah, it can be a little bit of a pain, and I'll definitely mention why as I'm playing it. Alright, so again, we got Rise, Jackpot, Start Lit Round, Super Jets. What I want to do is Start Lit Round, because again, my goal in this playthrough is to get all the modes so you guys can kind of see to the end of the table, if I can actually make it that far. So Dragon Cave is one of the modes, and it's not all that great. It's just shoot the ramp, but what the hell, I'll shoot the ramp. I guess it's not bad. It goes up, gives you good points. But remember, when you're inside these modes, you can actually go for other things. Like you can light your locks, you can basically do things like that. So to light the locks in this game, you want to hit those top 3 drop targets. That's what I'm going to go for now. And you can actually nail it with the left flipper, even though it looks like a right flipper shot. The game is really weird with how it ricochets off. What I'm going to do is go for those drop targets again. To light your modes on this table, you want to hit the main ramp. But the problem is, it's actually really hard to hit the main ramp. Because unlike the Gladiators table, where you could use both flippers to hit the main ramp, on this table you can only use the right flipper. And it is kind of a weird shot with the right flipper too. The thing is, it's really hard to get the ball to the right flipper on this table. Pretty much every shot takes it to the left flipper, and trying to get it back over to the right flipper just is really troublesome. So if you go for the main scoop on the right, I think it takes you back to the left. If you go for the main center shot, it takes you back to the left. It's just kind of, it's a pain. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for that last drop target and light my second lock. And it's kind of hard to hit because the aiming in this game is it's a little weird compared to Necronomicon. It's definitely not as good in my opinion. The aiming does not feel as good. The shots don't really make as much sense from an angled standpoint. So one drop target left. I can hit that and go for multi-ball or start Black Knight, which I'm going to start Black Knight. I want to get towards the end of the game, remember, so I'm going to try to start as many modes as I can. But this is also kind of a good mode because it's a multi-ball mode. And all you have to do is just keep hitting that center shot. So realistically, you can just keep hitting it from the left flipper. Just like that. And it doesn't seem to really want to go up, so we'll just keep trying. Aw, come on, man. Get up there. Keeps bricking. There you go. And it keeps going up too. You notice how it's counting down, but then it keeps going up. Every shot you make, it goes up higher. And I screwed it up. Oh well. Well, not too bad. So let's go ahead and hit that ramp. If I can hit it. Thankfully it came back to the right flipper. And I bricked it again. What the fuck, man? That's the problem. You hit it over there, and it's... bullshit like that happens. It's really hard to get it back over to the right flipper, and that's the thing I hate about this table. The tables in this game are not nearly as balanced and well thought out as they are in Necronomicon. Necronomicon, it's not too hard to get the ball to the opposite flipper. Either you've got a ramp, or you got a shot that'll take it to it without, you know, too much trouble. And this, though, the tables in Last Gladiators definitely are not thought out as well as the ones in Necronomicon. Granted, Necronomicon came after, you know, so Kaze had, you know, they built their experience up when they got to there. I'm sorry, I'm not even talking straight. And when it rolls out of the pop bumpers, a lot of times it doesn't even roll straight to the right flippers, and crap like that happens. Victor. Spell Victor for 25 million. So what am I going to do? How am I going to get over to the right flipper? Well, I can try to do that. Oh, look. That's kind of a really ghetto way to do it, but whatever. It worked. There we go. One more and my mode should be lit, hopefully. Oh, come on, man. Really? Go up the freaking ramp, man. Oh, it's lit. Never mind. I'll go ahead and go for that lock shot, and I got it. That's another multi-ball. This is the multi-ball you get when you go for those drop targets to lock your balls up in the center. So we'll go ahead and play this out. And really, you want to hit the left ramp, but again, you know, it's tough to get the ball over to that flipper, the right flipper. So once you get it up the ramp, hopefully you can keep it on that right flipper. You can keep hitting that ramp. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the one where you gotta spell out rows, and then you eventually get the super jackpot, I believe. Alright, Rose jackpot, that's basically the super jackpot, so I got 100 million for hitting that shot. So I want to spell Rose again, if I can get the ball over to the right flipper. Again, that's always the problem. And you can't post transfer in this game. God, I had it there on the right flipper, why did I do that? you can't post-transfer in this game like you can in Super Pinball on the Super Nintendo. And basically what post-transferring is bouncing the ball on the bottom of the slingshot, and it basically flies over to the other flipper. You can do it really easily in modern pinball games, digital pinball games, I'm sorry. Well, that's it. That's the multi-ball mode. It ended. The last ball kind of just crapped over to the other side. Now what's funny is I got it on the right flipper, and I don't really have anything to shoot for from the right flipper. Well, I'll go ahead and hit the ramp anyway. Wizard's Lit. I don't even remember what that is. Wizard's probably like the mystery award, just like Senator was. Oh, come on, man. Really? Start lit round again. Roses. Yay. Okay, another multi-ball mode if I can get it. Hit a certain amount of switches, and crap like that happens. Which, you know, isn't so bad on a real pinball table, because you can really shove a machine around. And even if a ball looks like it's going down the center on a real pinball machine, a lot of times you can get it back. Granted, you've got the tilt bobbers and things like that, which, you know, can be really sensitive sometimes, especially if you're playing in a very competitive environment. But you can usually still do more on a real machine than you can in this game. This game specifically. I mean, the nudging is just so useless in this game. I mean, right down the middle, because it's like a vacuum. They should make a vacuum sound every time your ball goes near the middle. That'll be pretty appropriate. Alright. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Really? No, fuck you. I don't want to battle again. Stupid shit. God damn it, man. If you guys want a more balanced pinball experience, I definitely recommend Necronomicon more than Last Gladiators, because again, I don't feel the tables were as well thought out in this game as they were in Necronomicon. Yeah, you can drain a Necronomicon if you're not watching, but Last Gladiators just has some really bad design choices. Like on that table, it's so hard to get the ball back to the right flipper when you need to. It's a crapshoot. It's a gamble. Whereas on a real pinball machine, you could post transfer, you could tap pass, where you press the flipper so lightly that you literally just bounce the ball straight over. Really hard to do, but you have more options on a real machine, even if a table is poorly designed. In this, you don't even have those options to try to let you position the ball where you want it to be. You can't post transfer, you can't tap pass. It makes things like it makes tables like Night of the Roses really, I'd say challenging, but kind of unfair. There's challenging, but then there's unfair, and it's just like, or this just designed poorly, and some of these tables are just designed poorly in my opinion. So Dragon Showdown is the next one. We got this one, which probably won't last very long. This table is the one that kills me the most, because it's just, while on the first table, like the ramp shots and the orbits, really easy for me to hit, but this table, the ramps are really, really hard for me to hit, especially that one on the right. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing, start lit round. Just like every other table in the game, you got lit modes in the center of the playfield. The object is basically the same on every single table, nothing special there. Ramps and lanes, 10 million. Go ahead and try to hit those ramps if I can actually hit them. Hey, I got one. I'll go for that right one. And I missed it, as expected. I got a second one at least, I guess. Alright, so see, if nudging actually did something in this game, I, might have been able to actually save that ball. Alright. Wow, that was some total crap. That was just bullshit. Alright, start lit round again. So I'm on my second round for free. Feed the dragon. Shoot the dragon pit for 45 million. Looks like it's a hurry up. Wonder if you can backhand that shot. Probably not. The ball's going up there though. I'm trying. The guy said no. Are you serious? I hit it from the left flipper? That is just stupid. Hitting the ball in this table from the upper flipper just does not feel good either. It's weird. Doesn't feel nearly as good as hitting the ball from the upper flipper in either of the two tables on Necronomicon that support it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit for that mode shot, but it is tough to hit. Actually, I don't even have the mode activated. I basically got the hurry up, which is basically equivalent to Sons of Mars on the other table. This game regurgitates a lot of the same modes in each table, and they just rename them. Sometimes they actually leave the mode the exact same, like Sons of Mars. Go ahead and hit that left ramp. I'm guessing that's what lights my modes, and yet my mode is lit, so we'll try to get it up there. And I got it! Conquerors with a K. Wonder if they had Mortal Kombat fever when they made this game. Mortal Kombat with a K. Actually, technically, this game did come out pretty much in the height of Mortal Kombat's popularity. I mean, MK2 was big on consoles at that time. MK3 was either just came out or was coming out. Alright. Go for the mode shot, even though I can't hit it, to save my life. Let's try it again. Oh, come on, man. Ah, that was crap. I shouldn't have drained there. That was my fault. Light Harakiri. I don't even know what that is, so I'll do 45-second shield. I don't really care about jackpots because I'm probably not even gonna be able to get to the jackpots. I really just want to start that mode, so I'm going for that mode. It's so hard for me to hit anything on this table with accuracy. And basically what I'm trying to do there is not that. I wasn't trying to go for that orbit at all. I was trying to start that mode each time. And I backhanded it completely by accident. Not really by accident. I was kind of hoping it would hit, but that's not something that you want to bank on in this game. You don't want to place your bets on that. You know, I've got all these modes started. I'm like, you know, I could be going for these shots, but I don't really care. I just kind of want to get to the end of the table. Because I suck so bad on this table, it's just kind of a futile attempt to go for all these points. I need to be really consistent to make my... I need to be really consistent to make going for these points actually worth it, worth the trouble. If you're not consistent, what does it matter how many points you score? You gotta be really consistent to get really big points on pinball. At least that's kind of how I look at it. Competitive play, like literally head-to-head competitive play, is a little bit different because you're basically just trying to out-survive your opponent. Which can often mean, you know, scoring better, but in this case, I'm just kind of trying to get to the end and, go home, balls, you're drunk. Alright, I'm just gonna let this ball drain out. Oh, I should have got it on the left flipper, because... dude just said he's invincible. Really? One thing I like about Last Gladiators over Necronomicon is that the voices in the background aren't as overbearing as they are in Necronomicon. Like Necronomicon's like trying to tell a story or something. It just comes off as really, really cheesy. And the voices in this game almost kind of mesh with the table. Like it's a sound effect from the table. Less of a cheesy sample placed inside the song itself. So that's pretty cool. How do I keep hitting that shot? Oh my god, look at that. That is just retarded. I should not be able to do that. I can hit it from the left flipper, but it's really tough to hit it from the right flipper. It's just ass backwards. That's not good design at all. Now there is a sort of updated version of this game. It's called Last Gladiators Pinball .97, which I think stands for basically year 97. Came out in 1997, after Necronomicon did, I believe. And basically what it is, it's like a tweaked version of Last Gladiators Pinball. I haven't played it, pretty much because it's kind of rare. It's kind of hard to come by. Last copy I saw on eBay, guy was trying to get $50 for it. It wasn't selling because I don't think many people really know what .97 is. A lot of people, I think, see it and just say, oh, it's Last Gladiators. Why would I pay $50 for that when I could, you know, buy this one for $7? Same thing. But .97 is supposedly tweaked. It just has some things tweaked. And I don't know exactly what those tweaks are. But I would really hope that, like on this table, shots are easier to hit. The tables are more fun, things like that. So, you know, one of these years I'm going to eventually get around to picking that up. It is kind of tough to come by though. You don't see it very often because apparently, I think it was like mail order only, or it was some kind of promotional thing. I don't think it was actually available straight in stores like Last Gladiators was. So, it's actually kind of a collector's piece among Saturn imports, but not many people actually know that. So. Yeah, well, how you do? I kind of wish I picked that one up that was $50, but I've seen them actually go less. And I've just always been hesitant, for fuck's sake. I've been hesitant to pick up a game that, for that price that I already have, basically. So, I'm not as huge of a fan of Last Gladiators as I am Necronomicon. I like some of the art direction in Last Gladiators more, like on the playfield. The jackpots, they actually say jackpot, and they're designed differently for each table. On Necronomicon, it's the same kind of generic arrow on each table, it's just colored differently. So Last Gladiators actually has some things on Necronomicon, if you ask me, but from a gameplay standpoint, Necronomicon just dominates it hands down. It has less tables, but all three tables, they play much better. They're much more controllable. Some of the gimmicks are actually cooler, like the sort of coffin space, the morgue on Necronomicon. Pretty cool stuff. But let's go ahead and get into our last table, then we'll be wrapping up this Let's Play. We're at the 49-minute mark, which isn't that bad. I stopped the first table early because I figured that I'd at least be going a little bit longer on Night of the Roses, but that didn't last nearly as long as I hoped. I actually got to the final mode on Roses last night, and, you know, I was having a really good run, but a couple of the things I mentioned tonight were really bothering me then, like being able to get the ball to the right flipper. But last night, it was more about just going for points and stuff like that. Like, if I found a good shot, a good rhythm, like on that center shot where you can lock the ball, such your multi-ball, I was just going for that over and over. So I think I got multi-ball started like 3 or 4 times last night, just doing that over and over. But for something like a Let's Play that's kind of boring, outside of just trying to show it to you as an example, like on Gladiators where I was just going for that center ramp over and over. So, alright, we'll go to Warlock, which is our last table. And this table actually looks like an easy table, but for me, I have a really, really difficult time locking into the shots, mainly both main ramps. They look like easy shots, but they're not. And part of that is how that, in Last Gladiators, the ball doesn't exactly go where it looks like it's supposed to go when it comes off the flipper. Necronomicon, the shots feel much more natural. Like the ball actually goes where it looks like it's supposed to when it comes off the flipper at a certain time. But anyway, not to digress too much more, I'm going to go ahead and do a light extra ball because I want to try to keep this game going as long as I can. Now on this table you can actually backhand both ramps. So there's a backhand. And God, it's such a tight shot on that left ramp from the right flipper. I'm going to try to backhand the other one. I think you really have to grab it and then backhand it. So I'm going to try to backhand it. Bam, just like that. You spell Undertaker. I just started my mode, which was the extra ball lit. And the extra ball is on the far right, so I'll try to go for that. And the slingshots in this one are kind of deadly. There we go, got my extra ball. Good start. Backhanded the ramp, didn't mean to. You really got to shoot early on that ramp, that's crazy. Totally unrealistic to have to shoot that early. I think it's... what a waste of an extra ball. Kickback was gone. I gotta figure out where that mystery award is on this table. I'm not as familiar with this table as the other ones. Oh, I picked the item. You don't want to be mashing on the buttons in this game after you drain a ball, because remember the selection pops up, and you want to be able to select what's best for you. Like, I would have preferred to have just started that mode, because hitting that mode start is actually really tough. You've got to really hit those ramps really, really early. Let's see if I can get the ramps going really early. Okay. Really early shot. You see how far up on the flippers I'm actually using to hit those ramps? Okay. It's just really, really unrealistic. But let me go for that mystery, which is in the left, apparently. Got it. That's not the mystery. Isn't that a multi-ball mode? Yeah. Or is that when you spell Undertaker you get multi-ball? I have no idea. You guys are probably like, man, you were so educated on those other tables, but you suck on this one. And I will agree with you, I do. And I wish there was a better way to relay the kickback. Let's go for those targets on the left. And they seem like death shots, to be honest. Not even worth going for. So let me try to start that mode. Or not. Is that the mystery award? Yeah, werewolf is the mystery award. Alright. Wow, that totally went in that scoop. And it just ricocheted off. Same thing again. God, man. Really tough to hit. That's kind of annoying because the scoops aren't that hard to hit in the other tables, so... And that was bullshit. Not really, because that happens all the time in real pinball, but on a game like this, it's just like... where your nudging is basically useless. It sucks. So, alright, start lit round. Thunderstorm. I don't think it's a multi-ball one, that's a regular one. Yeah, shoot the ramp for 10 million. I thought it was gonna bounce off the flipper. So, wow, that was a nice waste of a kickback. I love it. Shoot the ramp for 10 million whopping points. Hit the ramps again, because I think that's what I'm sorry, not starts, but what lights my next mode. Yep, it lit it. So let me see if I can get it back down. Go for the mode shot, and I got it. Lucky. Deathbringer. What is this? I like the music on this table. A little more soothing than the other tables. I guess you gotta go for that orbit, but... Fucking shit, man. What the hell? Alright, another ball. Totally just threw my controller there. Alright, I'm gonna light extra ball again. Get another extra ball. Try to hit the mode shots. I'm sorry. Get the extra ball first. Durr. Now hit the mode shot. Rats. Oh, that's menacing. That is just... Rats. I'm at that point again where I just don't give a shit. The more I play Last Gladiators, the less I enjoy it. That's not true. I really like Gladiators, and I find myself always playing that table whenever I load this game. And over the years, I've always played Gladiators. I mean, the music's good on it, the shots feel good, they don't feel cheap, and the ball doesn't just randomly go straight down the middle or out the out lane on you on that table. It's much more manageable, in my opinion. Actually, is Undertaker the main multi-ball modes? Let's shoot the ramps again. One more time. I think Undertaker was that multi-ball mode. Yeah. Okay, so you spell Undertaker and you start multi-ball by shooting that left saucer. Basically the shot next to the left ramp on the left-hand side. So let's see what the jackpots are like here. Let's actually try to do well in this mode again. Oh, you gotta be... Look at that, man. What the fuck is that? See, that's how... Whoa, shoot again. Ugh. Forgot I got that damn extra ball. See, that's how bullshit this game is and how poorly designed these tables are. Like, all 4 balls went out the left out lane. Now, that happens in real pinball, but all 4 at the same time, it's just extremely, extremely unlikely and very coincidental for that to happen on a real pinball table. On this, though, it's like, it does it on command. It just... I really want to play the .97 version because I want to see if they fix these issues. And because Last Gladiators has 4 tables, Necronomicon only has 3. And Necronomicon can actually be pretty shallow as well. It's very easy to master the tables in that game, but it's just so much more fun. And this game is just, it's frustrating. And with not being able to nudge properly, it's just, I'm gonna like Super Kickback, because that's basically permanent kickback. If I had Super Kickback lit, I would have been okay. Every ball would have popped right back out. But I didn't have Super Kickback lit. It was a mystery award. So I kind of want to get that multi-ball started again instead of trying to go for the modes now. Because I kind of want to get better at hitting those ramps. Bam, ball's coming back. Alright, whatever, let's just go for that mode shot. Okay, so the werewolf targets are the ones on the left. Oh, what the hell, man? Man, fuck this game. I don't want to judge again. Go screw yourself. God damn it, man. Alright. Stupid ass game. Alright, well, sorry for this Let's Play to have gotten so negative towards the end, but Last Gladiators, while it's in some ways it's a fantastic pinball game, in other ways it's a terrible pinball game. And I don't know how many people are going to tell that to you, but I also don't know how many people have actually really tried to learn each table, try to control each table, etc., etc. A lot of the videos I see online, you just see people flapping the flippers like tap 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 tap. Like they obviously don't know how to play pinball. They still enjoy it, but when they drain, they're like, "Ah, shucks, I could have done better." But no, it's not like that. Pinball can be controlled, and it's most fun when it's controlled. But on this game, those last 2 tables especially, it's just awful. So, I mean, I really want to play the .97 version. Granted, it's a lot of money, but it's, you know, I want to see if they fix the issues. Apparently, they corrected some things. If I read properly on a certain forum, I think that some tables were actually made less enjoyable, but others were made more enjoyable. So I don't know how true that is, but I need to pick up a copy for myself sometime once I have the funds available and I can actually find a copy and try it for myself. You know, there's no better way to form an opinion, you know, outside of actually trying it hands-on. And so I don't want to say anything about it with a firm assertion without having played it myself. So, but yeah, Last Gladiators, guys, if this game looks cool to you, I'd still recommend checking it out. I think the game is worth it alone just for the Gladiators table. I mean, like I said, I really enjoy that table, even though it's not that hard. that's kind of part of what makes it a good table, is that you can actually make progress, and when you drain, you don't feel gypped when you get drained on that table. Like what you saw there on that final table, where I was in multi-ball mode, all the balls were up in the pop bumpers, and they all flew out the left side when the kickback was gone. I lost every single ball, and that was just stupid. That last ball, where the ball came out of the kickback, it hit the left ramp post and went straight down the middle. That is crap. It's just, and yeah, stuff like that happens in real pinball, but it's more controllable in real pinball. You can push the whole machine. You know, if you got a really good eye, you can slap save the machine, even though if the ball looks like it's going straight down the middle, a lot of times, more times than not, you can get the ball back into play. It's just, in this, you don't have that. You're literally, you know, the game's fucking bending you over and just saying, take it. And it's not any fun. I don't think it's any fun. But again, the game is worth it because it's so cheap. It's such a cheap game. Like the US version will cost you like $8. The Japanese version will cost you like $8. Same thing. Maybe even cheaper if you find it in the wild or at some independent game shop. I mean, Gladiators alone, like you're seeing here, it's a really fun table. I love milking that center ramp over and over again. Hitting the main multi-ball shot isn't too tough. It feels good when you hit it. The both left and right orbits, they're not hard for me to hit at all. I can hit them consistently. The other tables, like that last table we were playing, I couldn't hit the orbit to save my life, especially that left one. It's just, it didn't, the feel wasn't there. No matter how many times I tried it, I just could not do it. And the Gladiator table, though, it feels good. Everything feels good. It's the closest to a Necronomicon table that this game has in terms of control and feel. So, if you're a fan of Necronomicon, but maybe you haven't played this, give this game a shot, play Gladiator, and then go from there. I think the game just kind of progressively goes downhill as you go through the tables. You know, the Warlock table at the end had the potential to be, I think, one of the best tables because I love those back and forth ramps. It's reminiscent of the Rolling Stones pinball machine. It's reminiscent of T2. It's reminiscent of T3. You know, real pinball machines, I just have ramps, dedicated ramps, and you go back and forth for combo shots. It had the potential to feel really good like that, but it doesn't. It kind of feels like crap, actually. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this Let's Play. I'm actually going to stop recording, and I'm going to start recording another Let's Play. So, I've got another Let's Play on the way. It's going to be Battle Monsters for the Sega Saturn. Kind of a crappy fighting game, but I have it, and I played it last night, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just do a Let's Play of it, see if I can beat the game live on video, and see how far I get with that, and I could talk about it and whatnot. So, if you're into these Let's Plays, just watch out for that. I'll have that uploaded probably in the next week or two, so watch out for that. And for those of you guys that are new to my channel, I also recently uploaded a Necronomicon Let's Play last week, actually, so check that out as well. I actually think I do a better job of explaining the tables on that one, and I wasn't as tired when I recorded it, so I think everything is much more concise. Plus, the game is just, it's more fun. It's not as cheap. There were some times in that Let's Play recording where I died kind of cheaply, but a lot of times it was my fault, so, you know, yeah. Stupid Last Gladiators. Alright, guys. Well, again, this is Last Gladiators Pinball. Thanks for watching this Let's Play, and I'll catch you guys soon. I'll be back with my next Let's Play very shortly. So, until then, take it easy, everybody.